Hi, welcome to the superQuery walkthrough video. In this video, we're going to go over all of the essentials for using superQuery's powerful IDE for Google BigQuery. To start using superQuery in seconds, simply click on Get Started for free on our website or log in with your Google account. superQuery is web-based, so as soon as you log in, your projects will appear and you'll be ready to query. Now that we're logged into the IDE, the first thing you may notice is the query tabs here at the top of the screen. Query tabs allow you to work on multiple queries in a single window where you can label your queries so you can easily identify them later. The queries in these tabs will not disappear, even if you leave or refresh the session. Your tabs also come with their own results history, which is separated into tabs below. Finally, you will always know how much your query is going to cost with our query cost calculator. Next, we're going to explore charts. Charts allows you to quickly generate a visualization of your query results. Charts are especially useful because they give you a quick sneak peek at what your data may look like when visualized in your BI tool. This saves you tons of time of having to go back and forth between your BI tool and BigQuery. Charts is very useful when working with one query, but in cases that you want to visualize multiple tabs, you have this visualize toggle right here in the top right part of your screen. This takes all of your query tabs and their results and transforms them into a beautiful ad hoc dashboard. You can change the table type simply by clicking on a widget. For instance, I like to compare two tables side by side sometimes. It's nice to see the results. You can also share these dashboards with other colleagues by simply entering their emails. Those shared on a dashboard can not edit the visualizations or change the SQL. However, they can refresh it, and they can take a look at the underlying SQL and copy it for their own superQuery account to use. Next, we're going to talk about variables, which save you tons of time when making quick edits to your query. Variables are just placeholders for values that you can change a lot. So if you notice here, instead of a value, I have a variable called category, and I also have a couple other variables for beginning date and end date. Values of variables appear up at the top, and you can change them very easily as I'm doing right now. Once you change a variable's value, you'll see that we'll be calculating the cost of the new query, and we expect to see a new result because we made some changes. And you'll notice that once this query executes, we see a different result based on the entries that I made. Variables are especially useful when you're visualizing your queries in this dashboard. So you and the people that are shared in this dashboard can actually change the variable values from here, and then any changes are reflected in the visualizations. So if any widget here has a variable inside of it, you expect to see the visualization change a little bit, as we're seeing right now. Creating variables is also super easy in superQuery. It involves no SQL at all. Simply click on Add Variable, select the data type of your variable, give it a name, for instance item ID, and then give it an initial value and click Save. Your new variable will then appear at the top right here. Up until now, we've been working with queries that are related to a fake store's sales numbers. But if there's a situation where you want to work on something else, a different topic, you don't necessarily want to mix those queries together with these queries. So for that, you have this feature called boards. Boards are essentially workspaces where you can group and categorize different query tabs together. For instance, this board here is called My Store Sales, but I have other boards as well, and these are the tabs. I have other boards as well, such as one related to San Francisco police data. Under that, I can preview the query tabs within that board and even open it and work in it. You can also explore boards that were shared with you. In this case, you'll see that the SQL of a shared board is grayed out, so I can't edit it, but I can still look at it. I can also visualize the queries that are in shared boards and refresh them and view the visualizations themselves. Another cool thing you can do in superQuery is execute multiple queries in a single tab. All you have to do is separate each query with a semicolon. This will execute them in parallel, and we expect to see 2 additional results tabs below, one for each query. In addition, you can also execute queries sequentially. So if you wanted to create a table and then query that table you just created right after. Moreover, you can even schedule these series of queries to execute in a single scheduler, all with the superQuery scheduler. As mentioned, you can also schedule queries that build off each other so they execute in a sequence, like this example here. Here, I'm creating a table called for Matan, and I'm immediately dropping it right after, so that the second query is relying on the results of the first query. superQuery is underpinned by a query optimization engine. This engine breaks your query down into parts and builds it back together for maximum efficiency. This effectively minimizes your data scanned without affecting your results, which makes you and your team more optimized when using BigQuery. Taking this to the next level, you can, via our integrations tab, connect your favorite BI tools directly to this engine, which can increase your performance and reduce costs by up to 60%. And make sure your team is fully optimized.
That's it from our end. If you have any questions, suggestions, or just general feedback, please don't hesitate to start a conversation with us by clicking on this chat bubble right here. We look forward to speaking with you, and thank you for watching the walkthrough video.